Hello, friends. Good to see you again. Hope everybody is doing well. Like to do a little programming with you today. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and we can get started. So today we're going to be working inside the Computer Science 1 course, and this is the Chapter 2 assignment. And today I want to focus on the musical note frequencies. So I'll just grab all of this, and today I want to use a different programming environment than usual, than I usually do. What we're going to use is Jupyter Notebook. So if you're not familiar with Jupyter Notebook, if you have Anaconda on your computer, what you can do is you can hit launch, and then it'll open up a Jupyter Notebook in a web browser. And so, let's see. When I open mine up, this is what the screen looks like. I go into my Git folder because I keep everything inside of a Git repository. Specifically for my computer science Python examples, I use this folder inside of my GitHub. And then we've got a folder for Computer Science 1. We've got a folder for Chapter 2. And then I've got a folder just for Jupyter Notebooks. And this is the untitled Jupyter Notebook that I created that we're going to be programming in today. So for the first cell, I'm just going to make it a markdown cell. And we'll go ahead and run that so we can get it to look nice. Now ready to do our first code cell. Before we do that, I am going to rename this. So I'm going to call this one, let's see, how about musical note frequencies. All right, so we'll go ahead and rename this. And we've got our little cell here, and those are mostly just notes. Each on a piano, a key has frequency, say F0. Each higher key, black or white, has a frequency of F0 times R to the N, where N is the distance number of keys from that key, and R is 2 to the 1/12th. Given an initial key frequency, output that frequency and the next 4 higher key frequencies. Oh boy. So first thing that we need to do is get the input frequency. All right, so let's do this. If that cell doesn't run, I know that the computer's not working, but it did run, so that's okay. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to change this. I'm going to say all right, so that's going to take this input and store it into this variable. So it wants us to output a floating point value. So that means we're going to need to convert this to a float. So that'll store it as a float. Okay, it says use the POW function inside math. So I'll just say let's go look this up for a refresher. We'll need to import math. Whoops, I forgot I'm in a Jupyter notebook. So I'll grab this, pop it out. We've got our base frequency. I'm going to import math in this next one where I'm going to do the calculations. And then it's 9 to the power of 3 is just math.pow 9.3. All right, so we can grab this. All right, so R equals 2 to the 12th. So we're going to say R equals math.pow 2 comma 1/12. And just to make sure that it recognizes these as floating point numbers, I'm going to put these in as floating point numbers, duck typing and all that. Okay, so now we've got R, and it's the base 0 times R to the n, where n is the distance or the number of keys from that key. So we've got R, we've got our base frequency. So we'll say key up equals, and it's going to be base frequency. You know, my brain is just not feeling it today. I need to have a note for myself. So I'm going to add a note right here. Yeah, there. So that makes a little more sense in my head. So one key up is equal to our base frequency times math dot pow of R comma 1. Okay, this is not how I normally like to program, which is, just do a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. So let's slow down and let's go back and add some print statements. There we go. So I feel like that's a nice little block of code. I'm going to cut this out and move it to a different block of code. Kind of keep my thoughts clear. And now we'll do and I just do this little end equals nothing to tell it, hey, don't go to the next line just yet. Just hang tight. It'll be okay. I'm not going to do all my numbers, right? I just want to do one of my numbers. And so I'll come in here. And grab this. All right. So let's give this a shot. So we'll go ahead and run that. Oh, that looks nice. We'll run that. Base frequency should be 440. And then we'll run that. So 2 raised to the power of 1/12 has a value of about 1.06. 466.16. Hey, things must be right. Okay, so now we've got that up. I'm going to stay right here. So how many keys up are we supposed to do? The next 4 higher keys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll change this. Oops. 2 keys up. And then I'll make this a 2. 3 keys up. We'll make this a 3. And then we'll make this one a 4. Oops. Some days you have days like that where you can't type very well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this statement, and we'll just grab their print statement here instead. And I'm going to leave all those calculations there, and I'll do our print statement down here. So here's base frequency, 1 key up, 2 keys up, 3 keys up, and there we go, 4 keys up. All right, so let's walk through. That stays the same. We'll keep with 440. Still have a good value for R. We've got all those 4 variables now loaded. We'll print them off, and let's look. 554.37, 523.25, 493.88, 466.16. Hey, cool. That'll work. All right. So let's see. So I'll stop my share right there. So that was how to work through the musical note frequency example. Oh, let me show you one more thing. I'm also going to come in here and I'll do get add dot get. Oh, this is a feature working with Jupyter Notebook. As long as this file is open, it won't let you work as well with the commit changes. So there we go. Get add dot. And of course, get push. We can come out here to the internet, and we've got our SWOSU repository called SWOSU CS examples. And let's just go look inside of our Jupyter notebooks. And now you can see musical note frequencies is here. And we can open this up. And hopefully that looks very familiar. I also want to show you, if you're working on the driving cost problem, here's that code as well. So you never know what you're going to find out here. You might find lots of interesting things, or you might find nothing at all. But anyway, most of you should have been added with right credentials. So that means if there's something missing out here, feel free to go out and grab it. So, all right, friends, hopefully that's beneficial to you. Thank you all for your time, and I look forward to working with you again real soon. Take care. Bye.